Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's been a bit. I actually don't remember the last time I recorded an episode. I think it was about 3 days ago. I want to say 3 or 4. I feel I should remember, but wait, is everything okay? Everything's recording correctly. All right. I am recording this tonight because I want to keep up with the whole daily videos thing. So far, I believe I'm on day 7. Wait, I can't access that because of all these chickens. But yeah, I believe I'm on day 7, which is actually for me really impressive. I'm really glad to know, or really glad to I guess to be at that point. I'm really impressed with myself. A little bit surprised as well, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm happy, and I mean, it may not sound like it. I may sound a bit, well, just chillaxed. I'm trying to be a bit more quiet, I guess, on this episode, just to see how things pan out. If I'm too quiet, there goes my ears. If I'm too quiet, just, let me know, and this batch of recordings might turn out to be quieter than expected, but, I can do some editing. In fact, I might, no, it seems as if I'm as loud as I usually am, which is really interesting. Let's get back in the swing of things. So no, this is not going to be up technically by the end of this day. I should have recorded earlier. I got busy, got distracted, forgot. I don't know what excuse you expect of me at this point. But the point is, I'm working on it now. It should be done basically before I go to bed, is what I'm aiming for. I'll have this uploaded. That way I can, in my mind, still continue my streak. So to say, because I really am proud of it and I want to keep it up. I think this is not only good because it'll keep me having a schedule that I like, but having that something that doesn't change throughout the days, which I feel can help me in a lot of other places, whether it's to help start getting more things that don't change without being a pain, or whether it's to just have something that I can base it around, like, oh, eat a snack after your recordings, or like, that's a really bad example. Here's a better one: play games after you're done recording. Go chillax for a little while, or something. In this case, it usually means go to bed after you're done recording. Not like recording is making me stay up or anything. I mean, technically, it kind of is, but my bedtime isn't until like 3 hours from now, which sucks because I'm trying to get into the habit of 12 to 6, but it's not going so well. But this is beside the point. I mean, there really isn't a point, to be honest. I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. I just thought I'd play some Minecraft and figure out what I want to do today. Which probably is going to be more terraforming. I did have a lot of fun terraforming. I don't have a particular topic to talk about, but I'll find one within these videos. I mean, I could talk about myself, but like, I feel selfish, and I feel you guys don't want to hear about that all the time. I feel like you guys don't want to hear that at all, but I mean, some of you are going to say otherwise. Let's talk about actually a neat thing I found recently. So, I don't remember the name of the company, or more group. I want to say it's called Crypto the Creepers. Anyways, they're making for I think about over a year now, they've been working on making like a D&D but in Minecraft. And at first it seemed like really cool. And I'm not saying it doesn't now, but it seems more like almost like World of Warcraft, but in Minecraft. Like, for example, they have. Oh man, that's actually another thing. I wanted to talk about spruce trees and an interesting custom tree I might try and make. I might actually grab the supplies now if I have a mountain biome nearby, right? Somewhere. Because it involves spruce wood and birch leaves. And it might seem weird at first, but I'll explain it later if I remember to build it. But they're making D&D Minecraft, which seems more like World of Warcraft, but I mean, like, they have races that you can play as and classes and such, which is true to D&D. You do have races and classes. But they have more like campaigns. They have main quests and side quests, and it seems more story built than I feel D&D is. D&D, for all who don't know, as far as my knowledge goes of the I don't want to say years I've played it. I have played it over the years, but it's not like I've played it all the time. I did play it for a long time though. So let's say of my months of experience. Uh, with it, usually you have two types of content. You have your normal D&D content, and then you have homebrew content. Homebrew content is custom content. And I mean, yes, there's critical role content, and there's another type of content, but to me that's more like DLC to a game because it's widely known. Like, for instance, if you want to know what I'm talking about, go on to D&D Beyond. It's a very good site if you ever want to get into D&D. It's a good site if you want to create a character, I'll say. I haven't tried DMing or actually doing a campaign on it, but it helps make character building really easy and character leveling pretty easy. Or, I mean, you can make it complex if you want. But there's, like, content that asks you, are you using XP to level up, or is it milestones? So, like, would it be, well, I killed 3 zombies, so that's 70 experience apiece, and so that's 210 experience in total. That boosts me up to level 3, and I have 10 XP left over. Or is it milestones? Like, we completed this dungeon, we turned in the quest, we got our gold, and we felt, we had a level up because we have learned so much and grown as a team from that expedition or something like that. And I asked you, do you do encumbrance or not? What's the, if I'm carrying 200 pounds worth of, we'll say, wheels of cheese, if you get where I'm going with this, you might get a laugh. Am I encumbered or not? Like, it is 400 pounds or 200 pounds of wheels of cheese that I can use to heal. Is that, should that mean I'm encumbered, or are we just going to say that it's in my magical bag of holding or something? Which a bag of holding is an actual thing that does practically that exact thing I just said. But it's a great site to create your character, and it has a lot of the examples I'm going to be specifying. And homebrew, like, with your content, you have campaigns usually. A campaign can last from, it could be as simple as, I actually don't think I've beaten a campaign, but I've seen a few beaten. I've played quite a few. Could be one of the classics, you travel along, you do an escorting caravan mission, I believe, and you find that some of the scouts or a previous caravan that was sent forth, uh, you find the horses on the ground with a weird arrow, and if you have like a good enough nature check or something, or if your DM allows more of, you get to find out that it's poisonous or it's deadly or something, and all this stuff. And you can also have other ones where you explore for a while and then you somehow manage to end up at a mansion, and you have to stop. Well, you end up at like a village, and it talks about this menace, like a vampire. I think it's like a master vampire or something, who owns this mansion, and you're sent off to kill him. And that's like a really long campaign, and so on and so forth. Uh, then you also have, at least with my homebrew, I like to make. Now, keep in mind, my homebrew content isn't necessarily D&D. Um, it isn't. I don't want to say fair. Fair is not the word. But it's like it's not the same. So, for instance, you and the base game, you know, there are zombies and such, and you get so much experience from killing a zombie, and you end up picking up a short sword, which is like a d6 plus 2, depending on your proficiency in it. Well, in mine, it might be, you pick up a sword of light in this dark, dark house, and when you kill a zombie, like the experiences might be different, or this zombie might end up being a lot tougher than what a normal zombie is. And of course, as far as I understand, in the base game, I don't want to say base game, but in normal D&D, the DM can vary a bit. But usually there's like a common ground, there's like a base creatures stat thing. And so most of the times, if you're really, again, this actually might be the time to show off what I meant. The idea is you go off of that base thing. So if you're a really proficient player, you might say, oh, we're fighting wolves? Okay. We know that they can't have more than like 6 health. I don't like that. I don't... I think it's great and all. Don't get me wrong. But I don't like it in the sense that it's predictable. You can say, these wolves have 6 health. I don't like that. I want it to progressively get harder as you go on. I want it to go... I want the story to stay with you. I don't want the story to become easy. And I say story because I don't mean just a campaign. I mean, I want a full-on, 6-parter campaign. Well, I can't say 6-parter. But I want, like... It's hard to explain, I feel. And trying to build this at the same time is not helping. But it's more of multiple campaigns, you could say. It's multiple adventures, multiple stories. And that's what I love about that idea. I've actually done quite a bit of, like, I'm not one of those DMs that says I'm a DM because I've played a few campaigns and I understand how to play the game entirely. No. I've both done DMing before. I've watched DMs play. I've been a co-DM. I've had quite a bit of experience. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna do everything right or how it should be, but this is why I want to say D&D is more of a... For me, it's more of a... what's the term? I want to say, like, placeholder. But, like... I don't also want to say variable. I'm going to try and give an example. It's kind of like people are using Minecraft for D&D. They're making D&D in Minecraft. It's the same concept. I'm using D&D to make my own, well, Actually, I don't know if it quite is, but it's very similar. I'm using D&D to make my own custom content, or my own custom game. So yeah, it might not be true. Uh, I'm actually going to tear this down immediately after, but I want to explain that. The reason I'm going to quickly explain this, I know. I'm getting off topic. The idea behind this is I went on a walk today, and it rained. It rains. It was almost hard to sleep because the rain was so loud. It was amazing. But all the oak trees were a darker, more spruce color, but they still had the light leaves. It kind of almost feels like if you were building in a mountain biome. And so I was wondering if birch leaves with spruce wood would make a nice oak tree in the fall time. And I don't know if it does, but you know, it's a thought. It's a custom tree thought. I'm trying to think of another example. I can't, to be honest, and I'm gonna spend a lot of time doing it if I really try. But I'm using D&D less for just D&D, but more to make my own game, if that makes any sense to you. Thinking about it, think of like Unity. It's a game engine. It's like that. D&D is my Unity making a little game. It has all the rules and stuff, even though I don't usually play by the rules. It has all the simple information that I want. As well as the, I guess, reputation. I don't want to say that because I do always stress that my content is not like normal D&D. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want, I would highly discourage anyone playing my campaigns with a character to play any other campaign. Unless if it's mine, and I'm not saying because I want to be selfish, or because I love DMing. It's just, I don't know the official knowledge of DMing, because I don't care to, officially DM. I like the idea of doing it all, I don't really want to say my way, but all my way. I like the idea of the craziness, the twists, the turns, the things you don't expect. You know, I've had, I like, a normal campaign will have set, oh yes, this is where they'll fight the goblins. Now, depending on the party, you might have 2 to 3 goblins. And one of them might be a champion goblin, so he's like a bit tougher. Mine would be like, oh, I have a party of 4 people. Alright, let's see how strong this party is. And I'm like, we're gonna wait, do you have a scouting party with you, bud? But it's like, okay, let's throw like 6 wolves into there, and we'll see how they survive. And I tend to either, I don't usually get far in my campaigns because stability is a hard thing to do, I feel, and schedules, especially now that I have a job and all. But it's like I will either shoot too low and too easy, or too hard and too fast. And it's actually really hilarious to see. I've had some times where the party makes it out pretty well. I mean, like, all of them are like half injured, which isn't bad. You know, short or a long rest, and then bam, you're back to full. But I've also had some where it's like, yeah, it's a party of 6 and 2 people died, and 3 others almost died. But like, I like the randomization of it. I don't like I don't want any campaign to be the same. Ever. And that's another idea behind it. This kind of goes back to adding your personal touch on things. I wanted to work on terraforming, but I really want to work on that, finish that up, because that's kind of bothering me. I think I'm going to use a sloped roof. Not a steep one, but a really gradual slope, I think, and a dome-like style. I don't know. I'll have to look when I'm up there. But yeah, I like making things whack and crazy, and like, I don't want any player to be able to come into my party, know exactly how the campaign's gonna go, or even have any like remote idea to how strong a creature is until they fight it. Like, I might say, oh yeah, this warg looks injured. What does that mean? It probably has less max health or is already damaged from a previous fight, which means that opponent from that fight may also be nearby. You never know. But if I say a warg looks strong, I don't want someone to say, oh, that means it has just 2 max health. It's like, I'm feeling evil today. Rolls a die. Oh, he has plus 6 health. What do you know? Like, I'm getting off topic. I'm realizing what this originally came from. The idea through all of this, though, is just realizing that I actually want to do something else as well with this. I feel I like that they're making D&D in Minecraft. The Crypt of the Creepers, or whatever they're called. So I mean saying whatever they're called. But I also like D&D because I like making my own content. Oh no, we're already past time. Alright, I will finish this chat in the next one. It'll be a 2-parter. So actually I'll probably just stop this recording and immediately pick it up, which is what I'm gonna do. Adios, bye bye.